This episode is going to be jam-packed.
Yeah, but we're gonna streamline this in a way that we've never streamlined a multiple presentation breakdown before.
We are.
We definitely are. Because
we've definitely pre-planned the exact way that we were doing this.
Yes, but at the same time, the only one I plan to go super like game to game with is PlayStation.
I feel like that's accurate for the situation. That makes the most sense.
Other than that, I feel like we can just make our way through these presentations.
Making our way
downtown, reading games.
Reading games?
Well, we're going to be reading the presentation.
There were no reading games announced. There were only farming games announced.
Only farming. Every presentation was farming. Tokyo Game Show is going on right now. It's all farming.
It feels like it. My favorite thing that I chatted in that stream when you were streaming the Nintendo stream was they must give away a free Nintendo Switch on farmersonly.com now. Because Jesus fucking Christ. Are they fucking targeting people?
They are. But
farmers.
I got a theory about that at the same time. Like, the further we get away from it, the more I'm like, it was still terrible. But
oh yeah,
I feel like there's a method to their madness. Or I feel like not a method. I feel like there's a reason they're doing this. I wouldn't personally have done it this way, but
it was rough to get through. To say the least.
And that seems to be the consensus, even though I'm seeing a lot of people like mad at the PlayStation one.
The people that are mad at the PlayStation one are really stupid. And I'm going to just say it frankly right there. Quite frankly, with a 1 for the eyes.
Quite frankly, with a 1.
I saw so many stupid fucking chats. Like, the one that I saw that was terrible was when I sent you. It said something about, like, Nintendo took the W on this one. And I'm like, how could you even think that? After that fucking amazing presentation with new IP, with stuff that we've never seen before from Japan that I didn't realize was Yakuza at the time, even though I said it looks like Yakuza.
You did.
Or Yakuza. I keep saying Yakuza, like a kazoo. And I think I'm wrong.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
But I don't know, man. It was a phenomenal presentation. We got a lot to talk about. We got some to talk about in what we played, I assume. I assume you've played some things.
Yes, I did. Actually.
Your lack of confidence makes me scared.
Because what I played was just what we played.
That's a good point, yeah. And that we have a story about that already, too.
Start the show. We're going to just like last episode, I feel like we can make this normal length, even with all this stuff in it.
Hell yeah. All right. Here we go. Start the show. Theme song. It'd be funny if I took a hit of my weed thing and then I tried to do it while exhaling the whole thing.
I mean, it's only one way to find out. We're just doing drugs. Call the authorities. Call the internet authorities.
That didn't feel like I got much of anything in there.
Didn't look like it.
I kept sucking, and then the light turned off.
It's usually what happens.
I could feel
in my history. That's usually what happens.
That's what she said. I could feel it in the back of my throat. You know, like the taste of cotton or whatever it's called.
I mean, it's something that starts with a C.
Welcome back and level up, gamers, to another episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast. As always, I am joined by my lovely co-host.
I'm Ant.
Fuck, it caught up to me. Shit. I'm Chris.
I'm about to say, you didn't say who you were. You just said, hello, I'm joined by my co-host.
I always introduce you first.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah. I always, because you're the main attraction here. We're reading
Am
left
I?
to right, left to right.
That doesn't make me the main attraction.
I mean, in theory, yes, you are.
That didn't break anything
That
down.
was the most scientific thing I've said all night. But
sad.
as always, you can follow us on all of our social media. Say the letter B number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
The good old titty. Shout out to the titty gang.
Oh yeah. Over on that YouTube where you can find the past streams that we just were talking about in the intro section, both for PlayStation and also Nintendo. We both did streams that day. Ant took on Nintendo by himself, and then I hopped in later in the day once I wasn't on the good old 9 to 5. So it was a time. Keep an eye out for clips from TikTok and all that shit coming soon. Or if you just want to watch the whole thing, go watch it there.
Yep.
Also, new video coming next week. The next section of us playing Demon Throttle. It's going to be getting into the part where we switch characters and then we start getting really good at the game.
It's become better.
Yeah, we become good randomly
somehow.
Yeah, but so that's coming at you. And then as always, savebeforequitting fully spelled out.com for all your merch needs. Check that out and pick up some merch. I'm personally going to probably be getting some stuff soon.
Me too.
I'm going to get the shorts. I think I want to try the shorts out. And then there's a part of me that wants to get one of the gamer towels so we can make some things that we've been discussing in the background.
Yes.
So
some top secret projects.
We'll have to invest in that. Some of the Patreon money that we're getting for our own merch. And we appreciate you patrons. If you'd like to be a Patreon or a patron of our Patreon, you can go to patreon.com. Would you? Could you? Could you? Would you? Should?
You should. It's fun.
It's a good time. You get 2 extra podcasts a month that are completely just random bullshit. Us going off the seat of our pants, isn't that the term? Yeah. Flying off the seat of our, is it the seat or the seed?
Seat.
The seat of our pants.
Yeah.
Okay, so like your ass.
Pretty much.
Just cool. Exclusively ass jeans. It's only covers your ass. That's what the jeans are.
So they just cover it's just denim on your cheeks?
Just denim on the cheeks.
And there's nothing else?
Nothing else. That's what that phrase means in my mind. So once you're done getting your denim cheeked up, you can also shoot us an email if you'd like to contact us or just join up in our Discord.
Please. It's fun in there. It's a party in the Discord.
Link is in the description of the YouTube video and the podcast to join up and have a good time. The only rule is to not be an asshole. It's a very simple rule to follow, and nobody's broken it so far. So the thing that we start the show off with normally every single time is the segment of what did we play this week? And Ant, we're going to let you take it away. What did you play?
I'm going to take it away and never bring it back. I played Multiverses with you.
That's it, really?
That's all I played.
Goddamn. Do you want to tell the story then of what led us to end up playing Multiverses?
Sure.
Didn't sound like you did.
No. It's not that I don't want to tell it. It's just it's PTSD. Okay. Monday, for those who didn't know, and we also didn't know until that morning, was National Video Game Day, which I was informed of that by my mom, which is weirder because I would think I would know that information before she would. But she texted me, "Happy National Video Game Day." And I'm like, what is happening? And she showed it to me. I was like, oh. Then I went on Twitter and searched National Video Game Day, and it was National Video Game Day.
I feel like your mom's a little bit more of a gamer than you are right now. We should maybe have her on the podcast.
She's the reason I am a gamer, though. She's the complete. I never see this is another origin story of me. My mom used to play, like she used to go to the arcade all the time, and she had an Atari before I was born. So she used to always play like Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and Centipede. Those were like her 3 top games, right? And she used to I remember being really little and going to Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah.
And she would just stick by the Pac-Man machine while I ran around like a little hyper.
Hell yeah. But maybe we do need to have her on the podcast. That might be fun.
I would do it. I'd
like a
bring it
little
on.
bonus episode.
Yeah,
We'd have to clean up our vernacular and not talk about filing taxes, but you know.
I know. But I feel like I'd be set up like it would be like the live, and then people would be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, ask your son about taxes." And I'm gonna be like, "Well,
So what you're
every
saying is we're
year
not doing it live.
you get a W-2." No, that would be fun. I would do that shit. If she was here, I wouldn't have said shit. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Yeah. So we started National Video Game Day that evening. We were like, hey, let's play some games. Let's be friends. You know?
Yeah.
Let's
On a
act
Monday.
like I'll act like I play video games with you. So we turned on the old Twitch and we streamed ourselves playing some games. Luckily, before Twitch was turned on, we attempted to start It Takes Two. We've been talking about that forever, and we were finally going to do it until Xbox would not let me log in with my EA account, and you have to do that in order to play online.
Yes.
And no matter, I changed my name, I made a different account, I tried to link it to my Xbox. It kept leading me to an error screen, which was infuriating. So, needless to say, we didn't play that. Then we were like, okay, we got this feud thing going on, so let's play the feud. Let's do what we do.
I bought the feud on my end
Chris
too.
paid for the feud on PS4 so that we can play online. And we started up, and the Ubisoft servers for that game are down.
The most amazing part about the situation that happened is that the first part, the issue that you were having with your, what was it, EA, right? EA Play?
EA Play, yeah.
What you were having with that, when we found like any sort of thing online about it, like I went on Twitter and like did like the vague search, which is like the most accurate way to find something, or just looking at like what's the thing called? Forum posts. All of these things seem to have started happening 2 months ago for EA, for like the account stuff. Other people are having the same issue that you were having. Right. Then I buy the feud. We try to launch online mode, and it's not connecting to the servers. I go on Twitter and I go on the forums. The servers haven't been working for an exact amount of 2 months. So both games, fucked us by 2 months.
What are the odds? You would think thuld turn that on for National Video Game Day.
You would think. But yeah. What do we end up playing though?
It was funny because while you're trying to log in, I'm creating my character and my family and everything. And he's like, I'm trying to log in. And I'm just like, tell me something good. Because I'm just creating this character, putting his little hat on and everything. And he's like, and then by the time I was done, he's like, yeah, we can't play. We can't log in. So my character is created for nothing. And so we can only feud in person.
Yeah. We can only feud and play It Takes Two in person because you can't fix the AA thing.
True. So with that being said, our options were getting even lower. So we started to play multiverses, which was fun, like it always is. Yeah. We had to get our learning curve kind of back because we were been off it for a while.
They changed a couple characters, like in general. Like Bugs does not hit the way that he used to. They nerfed the shit out of him.
It was a lot of noticeable differences. Also, we were not as good this time as we were the original time we streamed this game. We were getting
like high level people.
I know. I mean, we didn't do terrible. We didn't do terrible, but a lot less winning than the last time.
But the same amount of fun was had.
Same amount of fun. That's what's important. The more you know. And that's it. That's all I played. What did you play?
Really? Shit. So
told you, man, we're speeding through.
That's a good point. So I'll try to keep this short. I've been playing a little bit of backyard baseball still on the Steam Deck ever since I got the ROM set up. I have not gotten a single game that is not Game Boy Advance. You
can't stop playing that game.
It's so much fun, and I love it. And it's just like it's a simple game to play, and just like I remember we went out on Saturday to this toy festival It was like on like a street in New Jersey, and a bunch of vendors were there.
Yeah.
And on the way back, we stopped and we were playing D&D, but it wasn't like playing D&D. It was like our session 0 to like make sure our characters were set up the right way.
Yeah.
And like I finished a little bit earlier than other people because my character is a little bit more simple this time. And I just pulled out the Steam Deck and was just backyard baseballing it up for like a solid hour until I drove home. But other than that, a little bit of Fortnite, obviously. The season's coming to an end soon. Not super soon, but it's on its way.
Soon enough.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what that new battle pass is, what the live event will be, and all that shit. And then I also played a little bit of Overwatch this week as well with the guys from Haptic Intel. They put out this like notification that obviously since Overwatch 2 is literally coming next month, all of the credits that you have in game, you can either choose to spend them or not, and if you don't, they'll get transferred over to the new game with a new in-game currency.
Okay.
But all of like the holiday skins that have been like a thing for the past like 5+ years, they were cheaper this time, and you could go in and buy them. It was the last time that you'd be able to get them with those credits, pretty much.
The last time?
Yeah, well, like for until 2 comes out. Like it's like this is your last chance to get any of these skins that you want. It'll probably either they'll not come back or they're just going to cost real money when the Overwatch 2 comes out, which we'll discuss that a little bit further because like maybe closer to what Overwatch 2 comes out, because I think they're going to do a 2 currency setup where there's going to be an in-game currency and then also a monetary currency.
Okay.
That get you different things. Like monetary would be like battle pass skins that are like higher levels, and then the other form would be like to unlock characters maybe when they come out and shit like that, or like lesser skins or voice lines, something that's not tangible enough to spend real money on, pretty much.
Right.
But we're yet to see, so we got to figure that out. But other than Overwatch 2, the main thing I've been playing is Cyberpunk 2077.
Nice. I
got back in, dude. It's so weird playing it this far away from when it first came out, because my opinion of it, I don't think has changed, because I loved it when it originally came out, even with all the shit that was happening, mainly because I had the PS5 to play it on. But fucking, dude, it's so much fun to just like walk around in the world and just like eavesdrop on random people's conversations. Like there's random shit all over the floor that you can pick up and like sell for money or break down for materials. It's almost nostalgic, which is weird to say because it only came out like 2 years ago, but like I'm getting heavy nostalgia just playing it, and it's a fucking great time. I was literally just playing right before we hopped on this call. I got done this stealth mission that I remembered from my first playthrough, and I had so many struggles with it, but this time I was being hella tactical. I like found a gun in this it was pretty much a what's the thing called where all the hookers are? Brothel, right?
Yeah, brothel works. I didn't know it was a brothel or strip club.
It's a brothel because like you pay for sex, but so like I'm in there and trying to get like information, and I get to this one area where they take away my guns, so I have to sneak around in this VIP area that I'm not supposed to be in, and I start taking out all the staff, like the guy that's watching the cameras and shit, and he's got like 3 or 4 guns in his place. So I'm like, okay, cool, take this gun. And then I found I have in my inventory still a silencer because, you know, they took my guns, but they didn't take my attachments.
Right.
So I put the silencer on this fucking camera guy's gun. And I'm just walking around popping people, one-shot headshots. Not a struggle at all. I got in and out of there in like 5 minutes, as opposed to the first time I played where it was like, I suck.
Forever.
Yeah, it took forever, and then also like I didn't find the silenced weapon. I had a regular gun, so when I had to fight, and all you hear is and then everybody in the fucking places, runs, you know, yeah. So I was fucked in the first playthrough, but this time I got in and out like no fucking problem, and I was like, this is dope. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. That's the main gist.
That's dope.
And then, I mean, besides that. The only thing I want to bring up, because it's related to the game, what I've watched this week First of all, I watched Cuphead. I'm not finished it yet, but I'm liking the season so far. And then I also just started watching the new Cyberpunk show that just came out on Netflix.
I gotta watch that.
Dude, this show is so fucking good. It's weird too, because like I decided to do this Cyberpunk replay before the show came out. I actually forgot about the show completely. And I started watching it one day because I got the notification for it after I had already started up Cyberpunk. Fucking phenomenal. It's the animation style is amazing. Voice acting is really good. The story is very engaging. There's a lot of sound effects that they have from the game that they just pulled straight out just so that they can, have it.
Makes you remember.
Yeah, but it's really good. It was funny too because I was playing Overwatch with the guys from Haptic and I mentioned it to them. They're like, "Wait, that came out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how did you guys not know?" And I know before you because you guys were actually excited for this thing.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, they've been kind of quiet. Like it was a big deal, not a big deal, but it was pretty known when they were planning it and making it because that article was kind of everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't know it dropped. I think you told me and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that shit came out."
Dude, it fucks. It's so good. That first episode grabs you immediately too. But yeah,
watch it.
That's all I've been doing on my end.
Nice.
This hit a lot harder than I thought it was going to.
Are you going to the moon right now?
No, I'm just like, you know that thing where you're like, am I talking too long? That it's just constantly going on in my head, even if I've only said 2 sentences.
Should I tell you to shut up when you feel like you're talking too long?
If I'm running on a little bit, then just be like, yo, chill out.
No, I would never. I would never talk to you like that. Ever.
You can say it lovingly. Chill out.
Okay. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Have a nice day. Shut up.
Pat your head and be like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Hey, man. If you got to do it, you got to do it. But the news.
The news. Okay.
Brought to you by us. Go buy our merch.
You know what? I'm going to answer my own question. We're just going to go through all the presentations.
All right. What presentation are we starting with?
We're just going to go in order. So we're going to do Ubisoft first.
Okay. I don't have literature up of what happened. So I'm just going to blind react to all the things you're saying to me. Because I didn't watch it.
I'm just making sure I get all the rest of them up. All right. Now, Ubisoft had their event Ubisoft Forward, which was Saturday that just passed. I know the big reveals were pretty much with the Assassin's Creed games. But before I get to those, I'm going to go over the other, I won't say smaller, but their other main properties. And not so main, but we'll get there. We got a new trailer for Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And within that after the trailer, they announced a Rayman DLC. They didn't really go into detail about what he would have to do with this game or what. I'm assuming he's just a new character you get to pick. I don't know.
Probably that.
Rayman is going to be in this game.
So wait, they announced the DLC before the game is even out?
Yes. That was my reaction. I was like, why?
I remember you said that. And I just wanted to bring that back up because I was like, I remember someone saying that.
Yeah. So that's something. When does this come out? It comes out next month, I think. I don't know.
I think it's soon. Yeah.
We'll circle back. I know it comes out before the end of the year. Skull and Bones trailer shows off ship customization and trading network called The Helm. Skull and Bones has been I feel like it's been coming out for years. I remember at first to me it looked like, I'm trying to get the trailer up. At first to me it looked like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but just expanded.
But Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, but Sea of Thieves, It says Skull and Bones is set to finally set sail on November 8th, and this Ubisoft Forward revealed a new trailer focusing on ship customization, the in-game trading network known as the Helm, and much more. It is also confirmed that Skull and Bones will feature cross-platform play at launch.
Nice.
Like it really gives me Black Flag vibes, especially graphically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember seeing some clips of it, and I was like, I get the appeal, but it's not. I don't think I'm gonna dive into it.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad, but you know, me and Chris had a conversation before we started this, and I feel like Ubisoft games. I'm not gonna put Assassin's Creed. Certain Assassin's Creed I'll put in this box, but
yeah, you love Valhalla.
It sounds amazing.
If you know, you know.
You know. I feel like Ubisoft games are like they're competent but not groundbreaking. They're good but never great. You know what I mean? They're never like breaking the mold, but they're not. I could never classify them as bad games ever.
They're like B pluses.
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking at good games, like as a whole, they're in the B plus category most of the time. Like they'll have like the sneaker S tier, you know, random every once in a while. But
usually
like,
the Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. It's some of them too. And it's not even all of them.
Right.
But yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah. Like I don't think you would get a Ubisoft game for somebody and they would be upset. But I think there would, I don't know how to word this. Not that there'll always be a better choice, but it's never like the same excitement if you would get God of War, obviously, or Last of Us, or Horizon, or any. It never breaks that. It never gets to that good. But not bad.
I don't know if it ever will either, but maybe.
But they have their place. You know what? I mean, because there's something to be said for that. Because if I was a game developer and I can constantly put out a B plus game, I've never had a C game or a D game or an F. You know what I mean? I think there's something to be said for that kind of consistency.
True. Yeah.
Trackmania is headed to consoles with cross-platform play and cross progression. I've never played Trackmania, heard good things, but never tried it myself. Just Dance 2023 is announced for a holiday release because it's Just Dance and it's the fucking Madden of Ubisoft.
Dude, Just Dance is fine, but like I said this in the chat when you were, I think maybe it was when you were live streaming. No, it was on Discord, and I was like, they need to just stop Just Dance, because I think the yearly progression thing, it was very reminiscent of like the sports games, and I don't think that you can do that with this. They really just need to release a game that is Just Dance Ultimate, and you just buy the next year's hits once the end of the year hits.
Well, that makes sense. I was about to be like, Just Dance will always exist because there's just new music every year. But then you should just download a pack of new music.
Exactly, and you could still charge the same amount. If anything, you could even add more songs because you're not focused on like putting out this fucking digital or this physical game every single year. You're only focused on this live service game, and that you can just keep pumping out shit. You can put in fucking songs that nobody would ever expect to be in Just Dance if you wanted to, which would be very interesting. Some metal music in Just Dance.
How do you dance to it?
You know, you do the 2-step and then you headbang a little bit and then you punch and throw some bows in the pit.
A 2-step going into a headbang, the headbang into the punch makes sense. A 2-step going into a headbang is hilarious.
Gotta get that little 2-step in, ska music and such. But I was also saying it'd be cool if they did like a TikTok integration. I think that'd be really smart.
How would it work?
Like literally just be like, oh, you're playing this song, we can record you while you're playing it, and then we can take the recording and post it to TikTok through the game.
I can see that.
Like that would be fucking huge.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be TikTok specifically, but like they're known for like the dancing videos at least at the start. So like, fuck it.
They should be able to just send you a recording to your phone. You can put it wherever you want.
With like the Xbox Connect or some shit like that. Like, I don't know.
That'll work. I think that's a good idea.
Hire me, Ubisoft.
There you go.
Your games are phenomenal. They're not B pluses at all.
Somebody at Ubisoft is like, B plus, thanks.
B plus you and me gonna work on this game.
You're fired. Rainbow Six mobile gameplay revealed. It's pretty much exactly what you think it is. It's a mobile version of Rainbow Six. Free to play.
Cool.
You could like imagine it, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I think did I try the Warzone that was on the phone? I don't think I did, but Apex on mobile is great. So there's a couple good mobile games. It's just few and far between.
There you go. The Division Heartland is gearing up for another testing phase. The Division Heartland is a free-to-play game set in the world of Ubisoft's massive Tom Clancy series. It's still on track for release in 2022 or 2023. They clearly don't know yet. On PC, consoles, and cloud. While Ubisoft wasn't ready to be more specific with the release date, it did say that Heartland will have another testing phase that players can sign up for.
Oh.
So...
You played the Division before, right?
I love the Division. Division 2 is great.
I've never played it before. I'll have to try it.
We can play that together. That has to be on something, like some kind of service.
Yeah, maybe it's on PlayStation Plus.
We'll look for it.
Yeah, I'd be down.
The Division 2 Season 10 Price of Power, well, I guess that's an expansion. I never played any of the DLCs or anything. We'll have agents hunting down General Peter Anderson. I don't remember who that is.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, right. So, for those who know what that is, that new season launches September 13th. Riders Republic is teaming up with Vans and getting BMX biking.
That's actually really fucking cool.
Riders Republic looked fun to me. I obviously never played it, but it just looked fun.
That was like the massive multiplayer, like there's hang gliding, bikes and shit.
Yeah.
That I might have to look into that because I've been playing a lot of Tony Hawk recently, and I didn't mention that in what I played this week. I'm a liar, but yeah,
you're an omitter.
I omitted Tony Hawk's Underground. I'm sorry. It's fun. It's a good game.
The worlds of Riders Republic and Vans are colliding as the popular brand will be making its way into Ubisoft's extreme sports game. We also got to look at Riders Republic's 4th season, which will arrive on September 14th and will bring with it BMX biking. All right.
I dig it.
The Crew 2 is getting ice tracks for the first time. Don't know what that means. The Crew 2 Season 6, Episode 2. Man, that game came a long way. Dominion Frozen will arrive on September 14th and will bring with it ice tracks for the first time. There will be 9 new events to partake in a season, and the season will also add 50 tiers of rewards, including special edition vehicles such as the Saline S7 Twin Turbo Glacier Edition hypercar, the Mazda RX-3 Supercharged Edition for the street race, and the Dodge SRT Viper GTS Lightning Edition, also for the street race. Sorry. So
that's a lot of
cars going fast.
Cargo vroom.
Brawlhalla is crossing over with Castlevania.
Ooh.
Brawlhalla-vania featuring Simon Belmont and Alucard is coming October 19th. No longer is this crossover a miserable little pile of secrets. For those who have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night will understand that last sentence.
I have not. Is that the one that's set towards like the anime series?
No.
Oh, which one is? Or is that just its own thing?
It's kind of its own thing, but it's kind of loosely based on which Castlevania was that?
You don't know. I've only played one and I still don't remember the name of it.
It wasn't that. It's not on the Game Boy Advance. It was one that was on the old. It was the Super Nintendo one. And it was also on the PC Engine. Shit, I don't remember. Google is your friend. Moving on.
Sorry.
Netflix and oh well, that goes into the Assassin's Creed stuff. I want to get to that all at once. Hold on. Ubisoft Plus celebrates its 3rd anniversary with a gift to PC, Google Stadia, and Amazon Luna players. Where all my Stadia and Luna players at?
I love
Um,
Luna. Luna's amazing.
Luna the cat, right?
From what?
Sailor Moon.
I never watched that.
Well, what Luna were you talking about?
The gaming thing?
You play Luna?
No, it was just a joke.
This has gone on too long. To
Yeah,
celebrate
I'm
its
so
third
confused.
anniversary, Ubisoft is gifting PC, Google Stadia, and Amazon Luna players Ubisoft Plus multi-access for free until October 10th. This will let them play over 100 Ubisoft titles, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Sounds great.
They all get a great sound system.
They all get a great sound system.
Except
Right.
Except
I mean, you played the
fine.
game. I mean, it looked like you were having some fun, right?
Nope.
Oh. Good old B plus Ubisoft. Assassins. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get my head back in the game. Assassin's Creed Infinity officially revealed with 2 new games, and one is set in feudal Japan. If you remember our podcast last week, where the leaks started coming out of where they would all be set, it was pretty much officialized here. Ubisoft has officially revealed Assassin's Creed Infinity, a new platform and hub that will serve as the future of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Furthermore, Ubisoft shared that the first 2 games for the platform, one that will follow the life of a shinobi in feudal Japan, and another helmed by Watch Dogs Legion director Clint Hocking.
That's the witch one, right?
No, wait, the Japan one?
No, there's a second game that you just said.
Is that
It's like rumored to be like witchy.
I think that is the one rumored to be. Yes. That's the rumored to be witchy one.
Weren't we talking about that last week too? We were saying like how cool it would be to do like an Assassin's Creed in the Salem witch trials.
Yes.
Did we say that before we knew that information?
That was the rumor.
Oh,
sorry.
I thought we predicted a thing again.
We did.
Sad.
That was the rumor, and the rumor came true. The one set in feudal Japan is called Assassin's Creed Codename Red. I don't know if that name's going to change, but that is
probably.
Yeah. And this is going to be a theme as we go through all these Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed Infinity is not a game itself, but a place where players will explore and jump into future entries, beginning with the feudal Japan game Assassin's Creed Codename Red. While not much was revealed about the second game, Assassin's Creed Codename Hex, it was revealed that it will be a very different type of Assassin's Creed game and may feature witchcraft. There you go. In addition to the single-player games, Ubisoft also shared that Assassin's Creed multiplayer will return in some form, although it said details will come at a later date. Hex is the witch one.
Yeah. I'm not to say that I'm more excited for that one, because like obviously I love Japan shit, as we're gonna get into in the PlayStation segment very, very soon.
Almost as much Japan stuff as there is farming, but we'll get to that.
I don't know if that's true. There was not enough Japan to equal the amount of farming.
Yes,
I was gonna let it ride, but like no.
I wasn't serious. Of course, there's more farming.
There was way more farming. They cut down one more tree, I swear to God.
And they did. Assassin's Creed Mirage is set in Baghdad 20 years before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Following its reveal last week, Assassin's Creed Mirage got its big reveal at the Ubisoft Forward, and it was confirmed that this new adventure will take place in Baghdad. 20 years before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it will star Basim Ibn Ishaq. I hope I said that right. And it's designed to be a modern take on the original gameplay template for the earlier Assassin's Creed game. During development, the team at Ubisoft Bordeaux focused on the same 3 design pillars as the original Assassin's Creed game: stealth, parkour, assassinations. Assassin's Creed Mirage will be released in 2023. That is what we were talking about also last week, how this new one is supposed to take it back to the first one.
Okay.
And then all the RPG elements that we're used to now is going to be in that Infinity thing, that online thing, the Codename Red, Codename Hex, and stuff like that.
Interesting.
I will say this is making me a little bit more. I want to see more of these Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. I mean, those two, the Infinity stuff is more interesting to me at the moment than the one in Baghdad.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the witchcraft thing sounds dope, and then so does the Japan one, because that's just what I'm interested in. But yeah, I'm interested.
One more. No, wait, two more. Sorry. There's a lot of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade is an open world Assassin's Creed game for mobile. Assassin's Creed franchise is getting a new mobile entry set in ancient China called Assassin's Creed Jade. According to Ubisoft, it will feature classic Assassin's Creed gameplay and will take place in an open world that was built to work well with touch controls. In addition to sharing that, Assassin's Creed Jade will let players create their own assassin protagonist for the first time ever. Jade will also let players explore China in the year 215 BCE and even parkour across the Great Wall of China. Break out those phones, ladies and gentlemen. Rev up those fryers.
Hey man, that Backbone just came out. All these mobile games.
Right. And the last bit of Assassin's Creed news, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the last chapter, they have a huge typo in this. The last chapter till tie up the loose ends of Ivor's story. A free update headed to Assassin's... Huh?
Eivor.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I have PTSD of them saying it to me so much. So, you know.
A free update headed to Assassin's Creed Valhalla called The Last Chapter Will Tie Up Loose Ends of it. Yeah, I just said that. Oh, they meant the word will. I was wondering why I said till tie up loose ends. But that's it. That is the Ubisoft forward.
Kudos to them for still having Valhalla going. I thought it was over by now with DLC, but hey.
One more chapter.
One more chapter to go. I don't know if I'll ever get back into that game.
I mean, I kind of figured you were done.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just, there's too much in it, if that makes sense. Like, there's too much to do, too much to see, and you won't see all of it. So, you know.
Yeah.
There's not really much of a purpose to play it, in my opinion.
Unless that's all you're playing.
Yeah. If that's the only game you're playing, then yeah, you're gonna have a fucking phenomenal time. But like, I'd like to try other games, please. But yeah, next up is Nintendo, right?
Yep.
Do you want me to narrate this, and then we can both narrate? What's it called? PlayStation.
Go crazy on the Nintendo one. You know what? Hold on. Hold that. We don't got to talk about all these games. We don't even have to read about all these games.
I'm just going to scroll through the live stream from earlier today and just bring up what I think is news and noteworthy. Okay, and then all the farming simulators, because, you know, got to do that. But the first game that was shown off at this was Fire Emblem Engage, a new addition into the Fire Emblem franchise. Looks pretty cool. You called this right off the rip when you were streaming, saying this looks like it's like Marth and them and all those motherfuckers. So you were right. Looks pretty cool from the cinematics that they're showing. I've never really played a Fire Emblem before. The first time I've ever seen these characters was in Smash, straight up. So I don't really have much of an opinion when it comes for these characters.
Same.
But from what I'm seeing, looks really cool. Anime as fuck. But
of course,
that's a thing. So get ready for that. After that, let me keep scrolling. It was announced with some more PTSD on our part that It Takes Two is on its way to the Switch. Which, I mean, I feel like is a perfect way to play that game, probably. So that's pretty neat.
I'm just waiting for you to get to my favorite game, my favorite titled game in this.
Oh, that one's so far in compared to like where this is. Fatal Frame was shown off, a little horror type looking game. Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, early 2023 coming out. And then what is this even? What is this shit? Sorry, I'm scrolling. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Xenoblade.
The expansion pass is coming. So make sure you're looking out for that. I also only know the Xenoblade people from Smash Brothers. So
Shulk.
Yeah, that person that I don't play. Next up, SpongeBob's getting a new game that's pretty interesting looking. I don't know how I feel about this, because SpongeBob's running around and Patrick's like the little Legend of Zelda fairy, like floating behind him. Yeah. But there's also a bunch of different skins you can get for SpongeBob, where he's like Rainbow, the Goose form, Cowboy, the Squidward version.
All your favorites.
Yeah, they made it a very big deal that the original voice actors are back for it, as if they had any sort of other voice actors that would have made a
when were they
difference.
ever not?
They weren't. So there's that. Next up is one that I really didn't expect to see: Fist of the North rhythm game.
That was something.
I feel like the issue with these rhythm games that they showed off, because there's another one that we'll get to in a second, they don't look good on the rhythm game standpoint, if that makes sense. Like the visuals for the rhythm, like that, like the gameplay of that doesn't look good compared to whatever the art style is or whatever the fuck's going on. Like I don't give a shit if the guy is just standing in one place punching in this destroyed battlefield, whatever.
Right.
The overlay looks not good. Like it just doesn't look visually pleasing. But it's boxing, drills, that's a thing.
It is a
next.
thing.
Next up is this dodgeball game. I don't see the name of it, but they said it's not your uncle's dodgeball. I remember that because I made a clip of it.
I remember that because I said you don't know anything about my uncle.
Coming to a TikTok near you. But yeah, this looks like top-down knockout city, so nothing crazy. They also announced that Tunic is still fucking coming.
Yep, Tunic's still good.
Tunic's still a thing that's happening. It's been out for literally 3-4 months now. And
it's only been 3-4 months.
I would say around 3-4. I think that's being like minimum.
I think it's longer than 3-4 months.
If that's the case, then that's sad even more.
Because I was playing that on the stream before I had to take that time off.
Yeah.
And that was 3-4 months ago.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go.
Maybe.
Let's move on.
I'll find the stream. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Next up is some sort of front mission game. It's a reboot, I think they said it was.
Yes, that is a reboot.
Yeah, Front Mission 1 and 2 getting rebooted, available 2023 and 2021 for the first one. And then Front Mission 3 is coming in the future, which is a full remake, they said. All right, next up, the first farming game. Seasons something. 4 Seasons, is that what it's called? Your camera is right above where the game name is.
You're welcome. Hold on, let's find
it. It's fine. But this was the first of many, and I mean many, farming sims that we got on this stream. It was actually kind of a bad time. This one looked probably not the worst of them all. You can make a family, you can have a baby while farming all your shit, and that was a thing. Trope. Yeah, that was another thing that was shown and pretty much announced the exact same way in a later game. But, you know, just another farming sim, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary.
Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life.
Story of Seasons, yeah. And they very much made a point to show that your relatives age and they will die. And you also will also die. So that's a thing.
Have fun with that.
Have fun watching your second family die.
Mm-hmm.
And you're paying for it in summer 2023. Next up, Splatoon 3. Got a little bit of a trailer type sort of situation for the game, even though it's already out. It looks like there's some sort of DLC that's coming out that they were showing off a little bit called Splatfest. I guess that's like a thing that goes on during a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Like an event.
Yeah, Splatfest has been going probably as long as Splatoon has been a thing.
Well, there you go. Well, Splatfest is coming to a town near you.
Splat Town.
Next up, a game that you literally guessed the title of right before it showed up. Octopath Traveler 2.
Yeah, can't deny that art style. You already know what that shit's going to be.
Yes, sir. This is right on the heels of Triangle Strategy coming out, so it is kind of strange to see it announced so quickly.
I think Square is just stockpiling these because there's a certain audience that runs to them. Like, I'm hyper about Octopath Traveler 2. One was just long as shit. Like, I didn't get to beat it, but I liked it.
Okay. Well, once you eventually beat 1, you can move on to 2 and then never beat 2 until 3 gets announced.
Yeah, we know how I do.
Yeah. But other than that, let me scroll through it to get to the end of it. 2/24/23 for that. So coming relatively soon in the new year. After that, yet another farming simulator. This one's set up in a fairy world situation. It's called Faith Farm, I think.
Faith Farm, yeah.
Faith Farm. Literally has farming in the name, coming off the heels of the first farming game showing. Same exact art style, it looks like. I can't see any sort of difference besides that there's some sort of magic element in this and little
Fairies.
combat. But I don't know, dude. These aren't my type of games. I'm not going to shit on anyone for liking them. It is just strange how many they did show in one showing.
That's the thing. Like, it wasn't that like we were shitting on the fact that there were so many of the same kind of game.
Like, if they showed Animal Crossing in this as well, like a new Animal Crossing, I'd be like, well, why the fuck did you show any of those other farming simulators? Because the only one people are playing is the new Animals Crossing. Nobody gives a shit about these random fae folk. But right after that, we got another really not that good looking one. I'm gonna come out straight and say it. I hated this art style. I think it looked terrible. The Final Fantasy rhythm game called
The name is
Theater Rhythm. Is that how you say it?
Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line.
Yeah, Theater Rhythm.
Just words.
Yeah.
And one's not a word.
And then they showed gameplay, and this gameplay looks fucking horrendous. The first gameplay that we see is literally just a video of an old Final Fantasy game with pretty much Guitar Hero on top of it, which isn't terrible at first, but then it cuts into whatever art style that they chose that just looks so fucking goofy and looks like they put no effort into it whatsoever, compared to the fact that they're literally just showing cutscenes from previous Final Fantasy games. There are a ton of Final Fantasy games and songs that you can choose from to play through. It almost works in the same way as like you're doing like a ladder-based run in Mortal Kombat where there's like enemies in front of you. So the farther you get with matching your rhythms, the more enemies you beat and shit. It's fine. Doesn't look good. If you like Final Fantasy music, you'll probably like this, but the fucking art style is shit. And it's like it doesn't even look like a Final Fantasy game until you see like the cinematics.
They just should have just called it Nah, never mind. I was gonna say like some kind of Square related thing because it's not just Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy music, Chrono Trigger, Octopath Traveler, Nier, Live Alive, and Legend of Mana music.
Yeah. Also, I don't like that people are calling it Live Alive. I like Live Alive better.
I do too until I heard it said, and I was like, oh, I guess it's Live Alive.
Yeah. People keep saying that, and it's fine. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but Live Alive sounds cooler as a game. A lot. Live Alive just sounds like redundant. You're stuttering. You know?
Stop stuttering, goddammit.
Like, today, Junior. But moving on from this horrendous showing of Final Fantasy music, we got a little bit more of Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope, off the heels of the Ubisoft conference the day before. Nothing super new here as far as I could tell. I don't really think that they showed anything worth a damn in this one that we haven't seen in the past.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more like lore dropped in the trailer as well to like tell you what's going on. So you get like the look at the main villain and whatnot. But
like a boss battle.
Yeah. I don't understand why they're still showing stuff, especially when they just did 2 days prior to this. But it's fine.
October 20th, so it's almost here.
Yeah. Less than a month away. Actually, more than a month. I am not good at time. But that's the thing.
6 days.
And then next up is Monster Factory 3 Special. Which, if you didn't know, Rune Factory. Sorry, I just guessed what it was because your face is over it.
You just took a shot in the dark. How many words could there be?
How many letters
in
are
this
there?
Language.
I was playing Wheel of Fortune. It didn't work. Right. But needless to say, another fucking farming sim.
Yep.
You can fish, you can farm, and guess what you can do as well? You can cut down a fucking tree while also turning into a monster, as they say. They said you turn into a monster, and then this person turned into a fucking sheep. Like,
those things are monsters.
What? Like, and the funny part is, like, you can turn into a monster, turns into a sheep, and then runs up as a sheep to this giant fucking demon with a war hammer Like, that's the monster.
Right.
And this fucking sheep just kicked its ass. But I don't know, man.
Sheep's going sheep.
Room Factory 3 coming out 2023.
Don't forget, you can also get married in this game.
Yeah, I kind of skipped past that one. I'm just...
They all have the same things.
Yeah, so that's a thing. Next up, they showed off the Nintendo 64 stuff that's coming to Nintendo Switch Online. A lot of really cool looking games. Pilot Wing 64?
Pilot Wing 64, Mario Party 1 and 2.
Those ones were more exciting to me than the next one, just because of like our content. So I think that'd be funny.
I think it will be funny. Mario Party 3.
And then the big ones.
Well, 1080 snowboarding, Excite Bike 64, and now the big
Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 coming to the motherfucking 64. It does show that in 2022 we're getting Pilot Wing, Mario Party 2, and Mario Party 3. They have Mario Party 3 in here twice.
Well, the thing I'm reading says Mario Party 1 and 2, and then in 2023, Mario Party 3.
Oh, so you see where I'm getting fucked up here? If you look at the actual thing on the screen, like their box art, Mario Party 1, the box art has him holding up the dice.
Yeah.
And the number 3 is the most prevalent number on the dice. So I'm like, that's Mario Party 3, is it not? But
it does look like when you word it, now I'm looking at the box now, it does look like it's supposed to be Mario Party 3.
I can't unsee that, and I think that they ruined it all the way back in the day when they made this box art originally.
Why didn't they just give them a 1? Or make it just a coin block with a coin on the front?
Or just, not just make him jumping at you or something.
True.
But I don't know. Mario Party 1 and 2 are coming 2022 with Pilot Wings, and then 2023 is all the rest of those games that were just announced. Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. What is this snowboard one?
1080 snowboarding.
1080 snowboarding. That's such a great name.
I remember renting that from Blockbuster.
I've never played any of these games personally.
I played Pilot Wings because it was like a launch game, and you just want to play a game on your new system.
Yep.
I rented that. I rented 1080 snowboarding. I've never owned a Mario Party game, but I played most of them. And Pokemon Stadium, obviously, because those were humongous deals when those games came out.
Yeah. I know that I think Ryan played it when we were kids, but he played it with other people. Like we never personally owned it with our 64 that we got. But the big one, which is another game that I didn't play, GoldenEye 64 coming to the Nintendo 64 package, which was then overshadowed mere hours later when Xbox came out and said, "Yeah, us too."
But what I'm hearing now is that the Xbox One won't have something. Oh, I think the 64 one goes online and the Xbox One doesn't, or something like that.
I'd be shocked if that was the case.
There is a reason. There is a difference between the two.
Okay,
but I forget what it is.
Well, the Switch one does go online. You can play 4-player online, I believe it was saying. But we'll see what happens. I definitely want to play this when it comes out because I've never played this game. I want to try it, and also I have this fucking Nintendo Switch Online thing that I don't use because I don't touch my Nintendo Switch.
I'm reading now. The Xbox One includes achievements, has 4K resolution, and a smoother frame rate, but it only has split screen local multiplayer. The Switch one has online,
but it looks like shit.
I mean, it's a 64 game, so it can only
but the
look
other one's
so
gonna
good.
Be 4K. Dude.
How good could it look in 4K?
I would love to see squares in 4K. I feel like those squares are gonna be popping.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It
squares
will be popping.
But after that, they showed yet another daily life game called Various Day Life.
Various Day Life.
Yeah.
It was just like, we don't have a name for this. What are you doing it? Oh, you just do various things during the day in your life. Various Day Life. Next.
This isn't even a sim either. This is just straight up RPG. I thought it was a sim because the art style straight up. But it's a thing. It looks like a thing.
This looks more of like just an RPG than any of the other ones, but there's still like those platform and all that stuff, little things in that game.
I don't know what this one is called. This factory looking one. Top
Factorio.
down. Factorio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
It rhymes with Mario.
What is it though?
Oh, 2020's Factorio from Czech developer Woob. I like that name. Wube. Is it Wube? No, there's no accent. That's Woob. Developer Woob Software is finally making its way to Switch. This is a story-driven management game where an engineer crash lands on an alien planet and then harvests resources via an extraordinarily complicated self-built factory. This is all with the goal of building a rocket to leave. But if you wish, you can just keep building and playing as long as you like. There's a lot going on there.
I was going to say, because I did not get any of that.
October 28th is when it comes out.
Jesus. Next up was a really cool looking horror game. I feel like I've seen this before, Ib, but it's you're a little girl in an art museum and like shit gets spooky.
She freaked me out.
Yeah.
My eyes are all red.
Next up after that, Mario Strikers Battle Soccer shit.
Mario Strikers Battle League.
Soccer shit, I think is more accurate. But they are getting a DLC second free update, including both Diddy Kong and Pauline. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about that game straight up. And that's not even...
I haven't heard anything about it. I heard anybody playing it, anything.
Yeah. I don't know what this title is.
Altair Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key.
That. Yet another almost RPG game. But also, guess what? You can cut down trees and farm.
Of course you can.
This woman's literally cutting down a tree with a mace.
How do you cut down a tree?
I don't. Because I don't play games that do that.
But if you did, you need a mace.
Nope. But next up, Mario Kart 8 showed off yet another set of DLC courses that are coming very, very soon. Mario Kart 9 will never exist. 8 is the be-all, end-all.
It's the be-all, end-all Mario Kart.
It's it. But they're adding a bunch of courses. Booster Course Pass 3. That's coming very soon. You get it for free with your Nintendo Switch Online if you have that. I get it, but I don't have Mario Kart, so it doesn't matter.
You don't have Mario Kart? We played Mario Kart.
I borrowed Ryan's. I don't own it myself. Gotcha. But next up, Nintendo Switch Sports came out and we're like, hey, you know those new games that we were talking about that we're going to add in fall? Well, guess what? It's only one game, and it's golf. By the way, not fall anymore, December.
So take that.
Yeah, so literally they were like, hey, we lied to you. But also, it's
also watch this
so
shit.
Whatever. Golf is coming in December. You know, the best month of the year to play golf.
Well,
next up, Mr. Miyamoto came up on the screen, and this man deserves a fucking Emmy for the fucking acting he did. The bait and switch this motherfucker did to us.
Yo, I could not believe that shit.
Disrespect. He came out the gates talking about the Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, shit, we're gonna get a trailer. Nah, dude. Also, you know that Mario movie? We're also making Super Mario World in California, and it's already up in Japan. That's a weird transition that we didn't need.
Nope.
Okay, now time for a game. How about a mobile Pikmin game that's been going on for a while? So that's a thing. Pikmin Bloom is a game that's been out for a little bit by Niantic, same people behind Pokemon Go and the Harry Potter one that died as it came out.
Yep.
It's a thing. Pikmin is a thing.
Yeah.
This man is so excited about Pikmin. He is like over 700 on his app, which is fine. I don't know. I didn't need to humble brag about that in my life. But
gotta beat me, losers.
I have over 700 Pikmin. Fucking fight me. But after he went on and on about this fucking mobile game, he then came out and said, well, not only is it a mobile game, Pikmin 4 is on the horizon. And when we thought we were going to get some sort of gameplay or anything like that, it immediately just cut to the title card of Pikmin 4. And then Mr. Miyamoto changed his shirt.
Look at my cool shirt.
I made a t-shirt. I am a robot. But
they were all robots.
So that's the thing. And then back to the main game, we got a little bit more Just Dance stuff, even after the Ubisoft. No, I'm not going to touch on this at all, really.
We already touched
I'm just going to
Just Dance.
skip right past that. Next up, I don't have the name for this. Harvestella.
You can already tell by the name what's in this game.
Yet another game in which you motherfucking farm. So if you're new here,
yep,
and you don't know how to count numbers, that's the fourth game in a row that has had farming in it in the same presentation.
In a row?
Not in a row.
Not in a row.
Not in a row, but 4 games, same presentation. I forgot the definition of in a row for a second. But it's exactly that. I mean, the combat looks neat, I guess. It reminds me very much of like Genshin Impact a little bit. With like big bosses, and then you're kind of fighting goofy, like, I don't know. It doesn't look great. Bayonetta 3, next up. We got a little more of a story-based trailer explaining where she's been for the amount of time after the first game. Then we also get introduced to a couple new characters like Luca, and I forget what the other one is, Leanne, the Platinum Witch. Ooh. And Voila, or Viola.
I thought it was Viola.
I think that's how voila is spelled in French as well. I don't know. But, Bayonetta 3.
Wouldn't the O be an A?
I don't know.
What? It's fine.
Bayonetta 3 is coming.
Bayonetta 3 is coming. That's what's important. October 28th.
But after Bayonetta, we got this game, which I didn't hate.
Yeah, this looked interesting at the very least.
So it's called Master Detective Raincode. The way that they pitched it is like kind of like a cyberpunk looking city. It's in a city in which it never stops raining. There's a bunch of detectives that are all trying to solve some sort of murder type situation. I don't know if it's like one murder for the whole game or if it's multiple situations where like you can do different cases and whatnot. Who you play as, Yuma, is haunted by this ghost who actually turns out to be like some like anime big titty goth bitch,
of course,
with horns named Shinigami, which is funny because like she shows up in like the hot form, and then she just follows you around as like this glorb ghost. This is the only adjective that I can fucking think of is glorb.
Glorb is good.
Like that's what it looks like. But it looks like just a regular old JRPG, kind of reminiscent of Persona and that series a little bit. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like the character designs. I like the stuff that I've seen so far, the weapons that the characters are using and whatnot. And I don't know if this is going to be a game that I personally go out of my way to play, but for what it is, I think that was a very good game for the showing so far.
Yes, it's presented very well.
Yeah. Next up, Resident Evil Village, the cloud version, is coming to the Switch very, very soon. They're also giving you the winter expansion, which is going to be coming with Ethan's daughter when she's older, which we will be playing soon on Bitchmade once that finally comes out.
Yeah.
We have to probably double check that and see when the third person shit starts, because
I think it's December.
Oh,
well,
so we won't be doing
wait. On Switch, it's December. Maybe it's not the same for the other consoles.
Maybe it'll be different on PlayStation. I think it's different on PlayStation. I could be wrong though. We'll do some research. We have to do it anyway.
Right.
But next up after that, coming to Switch, is motherfucking Sifu. I love the way that they explain this game in the most PG version of it. You have to break your opponent's stance and then attack. And as you go down, then you get older. And with age, you become weaker. Like, using all these like children-friendly buzzwords instead of you get killed, you kill people. You don't break people's fucking stances, first of all. That's not like a thing that you do on every situation. It's dumb. They also refuse to show any weapons, which is also hilarious to me. There was no like machetes or anything like there in the main game, so I'm just like, okay, cool, I see how you are.
Nintendo's funny with that shit.
But next up, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion was shown off. That's coming to Switch and other systems as well, too, I believe, besides this. But yeah, I know that Yuki was excited for this in the chat. She asked me like maybe like a month or two ago to check the PlayStation Plus collection to see if Crisis Core was on there, the OG one. But it wasn't. So this is definitely going to give her the access to Crisis Core that she needs
in her veins.
Hell yeah. Next up is a shooter from Liveware Inc. It's something Silvergun.
Radiant Silvergun.
Couldn't see it because your head was in the way. Excuse me. But yeah, you know, it looks very much Galaga shooter. Shoot 'em up with a ship and just avoiding all the bullet hell that the ships are showing back at you.
Arcade shooter.
Yeah, pretty cool. Don't hate it. Next up is something Dungeon.
Endless Dungeon.
Endless Dungeon. I feel like have we seen this before?
Yes, this game was. I think this game is on like Game Pass. Like this game is on other stuff. It's just going to the Switch now.
All right. Well, I'm not too mad about moving past.
Well, wait. Maybe it's not out yet. I don't know. Maybe for the Switch, because what I'm reading says this game will be released next year. But I feel like this came out on other consoles already.
Maybe it was announced for other consoles, but not out yet. But yeah, I don't know. Next up, Tales of Symphonia. It's a remaster coming soon to the Switch. I remember you saying on there that you were excited because you know the franchise, but you never had a chance to play it. I don't even know what it is.
I think this was GameCube? Yes. Originally released for the GameCube back in 2003. All right. I remember it came out. I never played it, but JRPG of its time.
Yeah. Turn-based combat and all. Not terrible. I like the animated bits that they're showing, that it's like the actual, it's almost like anime as opposed to the game, if that makes sense. Like those little animated bits are cool. Next up, we got the rundown of a bunch of games that are coming to the Switch. Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection, September 27th. It's coming soon, not too far away. After that, I don't know what this one is. Something Saga Vinland or no?
Saga Vinland.
Something Saga?
Romancing Saga.
Romancing Saga.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. That's a thing. And then a Lego game. That one looks cool. I like the building that they showed. The
Lego
Disney Speedstorm. Bricktales. Next up was Disney Speedstorm. What did you call it? Mickey-O Golf?
Mickey-O Kart.
Mickey-O Golf. Why did I say golf? Because fucking Nintendo Switch Sports. And then after that, Fall Guys was showing off a little bit as well for the next season coming soon enough. And then is this a new Kirby game, right?
It is a remake of a Kirby game.
Okay, Return to Dreamland.
Return to Dreamland Deluxe. It was on Wii? It's a remake of its 2011 Wii predecessor, yes.
Yes.
Updated.
And it has new content in it too, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Mecha, and as you called it, Gundam Kirby.
It was Gundam Kirby.
It actually looks pretty cool, the kind of stuff that you can do with him too. 4-player couch co-op as well, which is pretty neat.
Like I would play this. Like I never played Return to Dreamland, so I would play this, but I just don't want it to be a Nintendo ass price. This game looks like it shouldn't be $60.
I mean, if this was $20, I think we should play this for the channel. I think this would be fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's like 30, like max. Like if it's like 30, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
30 is definitely the max. Anything more than 30 is just greed on their point. But we'll see what happens. It looks pretty cool. Nice fun. That's coming February 24th, 2023. So next year, at the very beginning of the year. Pre-orders began today, too. And then the final thing for Nintendo before we switch over to the far superior stream.
Yes.
The Legend of Zelda. We got little baby clips of new gameplay that weren't really anything crazy from what we saw. I did like seeing the clip where he landed on like that flying bird,
that like glider thing.
Yeah, that was like the one cool shot that I saw. But Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is the name.
Got the title.
Yeah, and then also the release date in May 12th to be exact. So
yep,
not too far away, but you know, a little bit farther than I expected. At least I kind of had a thought that they might maybe do what's it called? End of year this year. If they were trying to sneak it out.
I thought it was going to be like March, like February, March.
Yeah, but either way, not terrible, but now it's time to go back and forth on the best presentation that we saw today or yesterday, whatever the day was.
Oh, yeah.
2 days ago for the audio people, 3 days ago for the video people.
Word.
Math.
Everybody loves math. Dink.
Hell yeah. Would you like to start it off with the first game, sir? It looked phenomenal.
Yeah, let me get back to the list. Sorry about that. Where we at?
PlayStation.
Here it is. Tekken 8.
Yeah.
Now, this was already like rumored. Like we knew this was coming. I think it was teased at a different event. Was it a Keeley event?
I think so. I think you said that when we were streaming.
I feel like it was a Keeley event. And so we knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. So then when I saw this show, I'm like, oh, Tekken 8. It's got to be it. And they show. I'm like, I'm thinking it's just going to be cinematic, and it goes into full just gameplay immediately out the gate gameplay.
And they also like cut in with cinematic really well too.
It looks amazing, and it was a great like mood setter for what was to come in this event.
Oh yeah,
they kicked in the door with Tekken 8, so I'm all for that shit.
Yeah, I haven't played a Tekken since the Game Boy Advance one.
Damn,
and I want to play this. So
7 was really good. 8 looks like it's just gonna build on how good 7 was.
All right,
I don't think there's a bad Tekken game. But yeah, man, I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah. Next up, I'm just gonna run through the VR title ones real quick. And then I'll hand it off to you after the VR. But VR, we got 2 games for PSVR 2 that were shown off here. First one was Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is already a game that is out. This is just the enhanced edition, so it's coming out on the PSVR 2 with a little bit different changes and probably a little bit more content. But this is pretty much Star Wars role-playing of what the land in Disney is, and it expands on the story if you go to the Disneyland park of Galaxy's Edge. This is like the lore surrounding what that place is in the real world. You can even go there, as you see in multiple points in the actual trailer. You can go to Droid Depot, which is where you can build a droid and shit in the real world, but here it's like actually got the owner there, which is pretty cool. A lot of shooting, mainly shooting, to be honest with you, and some communication with some NPCs, but nothing crazy to write home about. It's just a straight up, it's probably like a 2-3 hour game, most likely, with just sandbox of shit to do. After that, we got a game from Resolution, which really shocked me, and I like the look of it a lot. This is a D&D miniatures top-down VR game.
It looks dope.
It looks so fucking cool. It reminded me of that one game that's coming out that you like paint the minis and then play as them with cards as well. This also has cards. I don't know if it has the painting your mini thing, but if you did that in VR, like painting your mini in VR, that'd be super cool. But I like the look of this a lot. I won't be getting PSVR 2, but I'm hoping that this comes some sort of fashion to like Oculus or something like that. It is only in development for PSVR 2, but we get hope.
I got hope.
It's called Demio. Next up, Ant.
Like a Dragon, Ishin was next, and it looked amazing. And you said this is from the Yakuza?
Yes, this is a Yakuza game. It was only released in Japan.
Developed by Sega.
Yeah. The one thing that I have that I'm confused about this still is the opening shot where it says Kyo 1867. Wait, this is the different game. Sorry. Wait, we'll get to the wrong game. Next one.
It does. No, that's this game.
It's not the thing that I have an issue with. The
other.
I have an issue with this in the Ronin one, but we'll get to that.
But It looks amazing. This game looks super fun, super dope, fast paced. Fucking slash, got fucking guns and swords, and it's fun as shit.
Yeah. There was an event today as well that announced the new Yakuza game, right?
Yes.
It's Yakuza 8?
Instagram,
I think. And the thing that I wanted to bring up regarding that as well, I sent you this post and I sent a couple other people as well. Kenny Omega from AEW Wrestling. He's a big video game guy. He lived in Japan for so long and wrestled there for a while. Speaks fluent Japanese. Dude is straight up like the most Japanese Canadian you've ever seen. I think he's Canadian. I could be wrong. But he was at the office where they're making the new Yakuza game, and he sat down in the scanning booth, and they scanned him into their like model maker. Fun fact: one of the Yakuza games actually has a bunch of New Japan Pro Wrestling stars in the game. So I'm thinking he might be in the new game.
I was assuming that from what you sent me.
I don't know if it was just one of those things where it was just like, hey, we're having you to like talk about you loving the game or something, and then we'll scan you for funsies. But I saw that post, and that was posted before the new game was announced. So I was like, and they've put wrestlers in the game before, and he used to be a part of that wrestling promotion from where they pulled the other ones.
Yeah.
So in theory,
believe.
Yeah. Plus, he also speaks fluent Japanese, so he can do his own VO.
Oh well, he's in it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward.
Japanese, like, yes, you're in the game.
Yeah, I've never played a Yakuza game. I don't know if this will be my first one, but I definitely want to pick up one because of how cool this looks.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude.
Yeah.
Might have to add a news story. I don't know what's really going on, but 200 people were just fired from G4.
What?
Yeah. They canceled their whole entire shows today. And all the shows today that were supposed to be out, like Attack of the Show and two others, whole lineup was canceled. 200 people fired on the spot.
Why?
I don't know. A lot of the speculation going on is speculation. Comicbook.com is saying, I'll just read it. G4 has canceled today's live stream following the reports of layoffs at the company. G4 was one of the pillars in games media in the early mid-2000s. Yeah, I don't fucking care. Scrolling. G4 took to Twitter to announce it was canceling today's live streams due to unforeseen circumstances. The streams will resume tomorrow, but G4 did not clarify what exactly this meant. The news came out as Kotaku reported that G4 was expecting layoffs, resulting in the company losing 20 to 30 people, and then it led up to 200.
Wow.
So
what does this mean for G? Well, I guess we have to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. It's 25 staff of 200. Sorry. There's a staff of 200. They fired 25.
Well,
that's still a lot,
different.
though.
That's still a lot. Yeah.
Sorry.
200. I'm like, everyone?
One person literally just wrote 200 people were fired, which is wrong. But that's a thing I guess we'll have to wait till next week to report more on. But Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. I'm saying it now.
It's not good. People are blaming Frost, which is hilarious.
Why?
Because of the Frost thing.
Well, yeah, but like I'm saying, like I get
people
why,
still are mad at her about it. Like people hate her because of it, which is hilarious. Because the only people she's insulting are like all the incels and like the fucking Abysmalites that are just like, I just watched this show to jack off to a Maria Menounos or whatever the fuck her name was, Olivia Munn.
Damn, it's everywhere. Kotaku just put up G4 TV with major layoffs less than a year after coming back.
Yep. Not good. I don't want to cover it this week, to be honest, because there's not going to be the coverage.
Like I might leave just this part in there.
Yeah,
as we go,
we'll cover it next week. We're aware of it. We're going to talk about it next. I put it in the Discord as well, because
man,
I think I also write 200 employees. Let me make sure I double check. All right, I edited my message to make it accurate. Sorry, guys.
SP4Q4G4. I don't know
They
anymore.
need the people now.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if it was hosts or whatever.
But they might not need the talent.
God damn.
Fuck them. They need us.
I would love to be on it.
Yeah.
Next up, so we just got done talking about Into the Dragon Ishin.
Like a dragon.
Like a dragon. Into the Dragon is something else. After that, they showed some Hogwarts Legacy shit.
They did.
After this game has been pushed back, here comes a new trailer, but this trailer is a little bit different than most of the others. It actually has completely new content in it because it's showing off the exclusive mission / storyline that we get on PlayStation as opposed to everywhere else. It looks to be more like a horror type setting.
The haunted Hogsmeade shop.
Yeah. There's like weird puppets and shit that look like they follow you and swing at you, so that's terrifying. Very Haunted Mansion-esque, but that's a thing we get with PlayStation. Still no Quidditch. It's fine.
Still no Quidditch.
But yep, that is coming next year, February 10th, after the pushback. So that's where we're at. Next up, a really, really cool thing.
Pacific Drive from Ironwood Studios.
This looks so slick.
It looks really good. And it's one of those games where like, I don't know what's happening, but I'd like to know more of what's happening. We just see this car driving, and then it just begins to get trippy as shit.
Yep. Apparently it's a run-based car driving game. So kind of reminiscent of a Returnal.
Returnal with cars.
Yeah. In the Cars universe.
In the Cars universe.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
I will say the one thing that did confuse me a bit, like since it is like a run-based game, according to some reports, I don't understand if you get out of the car or not. Because there's a couple scenes showing you outside the car, like you're in the hood and then you get in the driver's seat, and then there's also another scene where like you're in the back trunk of the car too. So I'm like, maybe that's like a thing where you have to get out and grab something, or you have to check your engine, maybe. But I love the look of this. It looks really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Looks promising.
Yeah.
After that, we got that PlayStation Stars thing, the loyalty program. You get little digital collectibles. It's dangerously close to NFT territory.
Yeah. It's pretty much NFTs, but without the scary parts.
Yeah. They just revealed the collectibles, and they said they'll be revealing more later.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, from the ones that I saw that they showed, I'm not especially excited to get any of these.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it didn't make me want it.
I don't care at all about this thing. This is probably the only thing in the whole show where I was like, you didn't need that.
He really didn't.
Like, you could have just skipped it entirely, in my humble opinion. This next game looked really fucking cool. Sin Duality.
The robot anime game.
Yes, robot. Kind of Magic Titanfall as well.
Yes, Magic Titanfall. That's what we call it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat looking. There is some sort of farming situation with rocks. We don't know what that is yet, but there's farming. Sony came out with the farming as well as Nintendo, but it's pretty cool looking. It's very reminiscent of Titanfall when it comes to like the mech gameplay, minus the third person over the shoulder stuff, obviously.
Right.
But it looks really fucking cool. I like the look of it a lot.
It reminds me of old school. Remember Mech Warrior? PlayStation
Sounds
1?
familiar.
The PS1 robot.
I think
game.
I played the demo of it. Yeah.
Me too. I never owned it, but I remember the demo. It reminds me of that.
Yeah. That was like third person, but it was like directly behind you, right?
Yeah.
I remember that one then, yeah. But that's 2023 coming in a little bit from now.
Little bit.
Next up.
Yo, Stellar Blade. This might have been besides the obvious at the end, but Stellar Blade, which was previously Project Jade. What was it? Yeah, Project Eve. I'm sorry. It was called Project Eve originally. We saw it in another presentation maybe last year. Now name changed to Stellar Blade. It is a anime action game. This girl who has all kinds of like guns and swords attached to her, fighting giant bosses. The graphics look crazy. Third person action. It almost like looks like PlayStation looked at Nintendo, was like, oh, you got Bayonetta? We can do Bayonetta, but better.
Yeah, with more boob physics.
Yeah.
The boobs were out of control. They needed to dial that the fuck back.
Yeah, this girl took a sidestep and her titties jiggled for 3 seconds.
It was a lot. Yeah, this looks so cool. I love the look of it. The one thing I thought was funny, are you watching the trailer right now?
Yeah.
You know the scene where she's running on like the trailer, like the shipyard type thing?
Yes.
And there's all those things falling?
Yeah.
If you pause it right before it switches scenes, you can see there's a shipping container with a giant yellow spray paint area on it. And that's 1000% the area that you need to jump on up to once the path gets blocked.
I saw it. I just saw it.
Like, it's like the Jedi Fallen Order shit, where it's like, oh yeah, the yellow spray paint tells you where to go.
That became a thing. Like that was Last of Us too.
Yeah.
The yellow rope
it's
or the yellow
smart. Thing. Like even Uncharted did it, I think, back in the day too.
Mm-hmm. They did. But so did Horizon.
Cool. Well, Uncharted came first.
I know, I'm saying, but just so did Horizon. They also did the yellow thing.
Yeah. It's easy to see. But Stellar Blade, the logo looks phenomenal, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Out of any of the gameplay, the logo is what really struck me. I was like, that's fucking cool. But 2023.
Very aesthetically pleasing logo.
Hell yeah. This is my highlight. This game right here. This next one.
Oh, the Rise of the Ronin.
Rise of the Ronin from Team Ninja. This is my highlight from Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. The only thing that I'm confused about, and I will bring this up literally at the start of this, the trailer starts with like feudal looking Japan, like very Ghost of Tsushima era stuff. So like way back in the day.
Right.
And this fucking like falcon flies down the streets, and as it starts to fly, it shifts what the place is, and it turns into like colonial America with like stone buildings, stone sidewalk, and then it flies past the American flag, and I'm confused because the American flag in the trailer looks like the American flag with all 50 stars.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like.
I'm trying to go back to it now. Hold on. See if I can pause it in enough time. No, it does. It looks like it's not the circle. It looks like it's all 50 stars.
Which is super confusing because that's up with like colonial looking like shit. And I'm pretty sure we didn't have 50 states at like this time period that it's trying to emulate. But I also don't understand the time period because it went from like feudal Japan to this in the same street. And then as the Falcon flies up to the main character who we play as, it's just like, it looks like it's both. Because it has those buildings still, but then in the background you can see all like the Japanese buildings that are very Shogun Tower looking. Yeah. And that's fine. And it says 1863 Japan right as it zooms up to us. Meanwhile, I don't think that we had 50 states in 1863. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
So like, I'm confused, but I love this trailer so much.
The gameplay looks fun as hell. I should say the combat.
The combat looks phenomenal.
I also love the part where he jumps off the roof and has the fucking bird glider.
After the glider part, everything just like fucking turned up a notch. Like I was already like loving the atmosphere and everything that was going on, but right when that glider hits and he jumps off of it and we get into the combat, dude, I was so fucking sold. Like jumps off, glider happens, that's cool, neat. Then we get into the first fight where he literally does like a wrestling move to someone after parrying them with his sword.
Yes.
Which is fucking he like suplexes this man into the ground. And then another one where he uses like a fucking whip to like teleport to a guy, and then he has a musket. Muskets weren't a thing in. They probably were in 1863, right? In theory,
I mean,
muskets.
They were more of a thing then than they are now. So
I just don't know the time period of
I
guns.
don't either. I don't know exactly when muskets were a thing, but
God damn, it looks good though.
It does. For sure. 2024 console PS5 exclusive.
I am excited that it's a PS5 exclusive. It looks like a PS5 exclusive. I will say that too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably my highlight of the show, even more so than the final one.
Really?
Yes, because while the final one was phenomenal, it's coming in like 2 months ish.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2 months, 3, right? Or is it 2?
What month is it? So 2 months.
2 months,
we're in under 2 months at this point.
Yeah, it's like 2 months away. So I'm still extremely excited for it. That's so many years away, and I need it like now. So that's why I'm like, that's my highlight. But yeah, the final thing right after that was the big boy,
Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok. Before the game trailer, they did show us a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Are you buying the controller?
I like the controller. It's very, very, very nice, but I probably won't buy it because I honestly, if I had to be truthful with myself, I can't justify it. Like I'm barely playing with one controller.
You do have 2.
I have 2, but I'm saying like I feel like I'm not touching my PlayStation enough.
I feel that.
To be like, I need a third controller.
Yeah. But you need this to play God of War though. You can't play.
It's a beautiful controller.
A regular controller, you know.
It's beautiful.
So let's get into this trailer.
I don't know. I'm impulsive like that. I'll buy it and be like, oh, and then a month later I'll be like, it's been sitting there on the charger for
True. This trailer is probably, in my opinion, I think this is the best trailer we've gotten.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Like,
of all 3 presentations, this is the best trailer we got.
Yeah. Like, it's the perfect amount of both cinematic and gameplay. The cinematic shit that we saw was astounding visually.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much cool stuff happening. I don't even know like where to start. Like, I'm just gushing watching this for like the 8th time today.
Everybody go watch it.
Go watch the fucking trailer.
If you're listening to this, you probably watched it.
Specifically. But yeah, what was your standout moment of the trailer? If you had to put like one moment that was the one.
There's a lot, but I have to say Kratos throwing the axe at Thor's hammer.
Yeah, I feel like that has to be it.
But there's a lot of standouts, like that lava monster that looked like a fun ass boss fight. That little nucleus that's inside it, and he's trying to like get it. That was dope. The Atreus shoots the thing at the was it the moon or the sun, and the
at the eclipse
up there. Yeah,
that was, I think, the shot that sold it for me, because it was the start of all the cinematic stuff that was just way too gorgeous for our own good.
Yes.
Like, it started with that, and then it just fucking went off. Like, here's the most beautiful fucking mermaid you've ever seen. Not in the sense of like, hey, how you doing? But like, you know. But then the fucking jellyfish, dude, like,
yes.
My God.
The visuals are ridiculous.
This game cannot come soon enough.
But even some of like the dialogue, like the convo between Kratos and Atreus about Kratos not needing anybody to protect him and everything like that. I feel like that's foreshadowing. Like, it makes me feel like obviously we don't know anything yet. I'm like, oh, Kratos dies in this, doesn't he?
I don't think he dies in this one. I think he dies in the third game.
You think there's going to be a third game?
I think there's going to be a third game.
That made me think Kratos dies, and anything after that, you're playing as Atreus. Like, if there's another game.
Yeah. Either that, or like he gets wounded in a way that causes him to not be a playable character. And then you have to go off as Atreus and like do things.
I think you get Atreus though you get Kratos through the end of this game though. I think
1,000%.
Either the last fight is with just Atreus, or he dies during the last fight, or somehow has to like, I don't know, which leads into the possible third game where you are Atreus.
You know what I think happens? I'm gonna write this right now. I think the final battle happens, whatever the fuck it is, whoever we're fighting. It's not gonna be Thor, because they wouldn't show us that
Right.
in the trailer. Whoever the fucking final fight is, they have some sort of reason to take Atreus, who is Loki, which we know.
Right.
Kratos fights his fucking heart out to take Atreus back, but doesn't. And then Atreus goes with this person so that the bad guy spares Kratos' life. Like, Kratos is gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then Atreus is like, I'll go with you if you spare him. And that's the moment where it's like, I did need you to save me. And like, then in the third game,
full circle
it's
moment.
getting Atreus, but like some sort of time thing happens and he's like full Loki now.
Yeah.
And like, he already had the child of the snake and shit. Like, he skeeted the snake across the world.
Like you do.
You know, like in Greeks mythologies and such.
Like on those warm summer nights, those Pornhub nights.
You know, those brisk summer nights, the fireflies, they're coming out, and you just skeet a snake.
10,000 fireflies.
What a die.
Okay.
That I can ski snake across the world.
Slowly.
It would definitely be slowly. But yeah, that's all the presentations that we got. As far as news outside of that, I don't think we have anything that we need to cover. We can come back around next week. Obviously, there is some news happening right now that is breaking news about G4 and the situation with their channel. There's not much in terms of like specifics, so we don't want to just like talk about it without knowing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that,
hold on. I can. There's some super quick shit.
Okay.
I can throw down. TGS has started. For those who don't know, it's Tokyo Game Show. It's pretty much Japan's E3. Let me get to it. Also, I think Discord launched on Xbox.
That's so annoying to me. Give me fucking weird. Discord already on PlayStation. Damn it.
Yeah. There was a new Sonic Frontiers trailer for TGS. They show Supersonic.
I'm sorry, that game looks worse and worse to me the more I see it.
There's some Horizon Call of the Mountain gameplay impressions from PSVR 2. There's a 43-minute PSVR 2 Eurogamer video on YouTube showing a whole bunch of PSVR 2 shit. And the thing me and you talked about earlier, like a new Yakuza games announced today. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. A 2023 action adventure Kiryu perspective following the events of Yakuza 6. Like a Dragon 8, which I guess is here, it's Yakuza 8. 2024 turn-based RPG for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Steam, and Windows.
Hell yeah. I'm calling the Kenny Omegas in that game.
I mean, from what you sent me, it almost seems like a definite thing.
If not, I'll be mad.
Don't make Chris mad. You won't like him when he's mad.
Yeah. I exist.
Grrr.
I don't know if I'm threatening when I'm mad. I don't really get mad often. I have too much of this.
When's the last time you were mad? Like, not like upset, not annoyed, like mad.
I don't know if I get mad, if I'm being genuinely honest. I get mad from little things piling up, if that makes sense.
I'm kind of the same way.
Big things don't matter to me. Like, let's just say, like, I wake up tomorrow and an asteroid fell from space and landed on my car, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't be mad at that because there's literally nothing I could have done.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. I'd just be more like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be shocked.
Like, even if it was, let's just make it more real. some person hit my car in the middle of the night and like did a drive-by type situation where they like hit and run. I can't be mad because I wasn't outside. I wasn't near the car. I wasn't able to chase a car to get their fucking license plate number. It's a thing that happened, and it's whatever.
You could chase a car if you wanted.
No, not happening. But like little things, dude. Like little things.
They're annoying.
It's because, and then they pile up. Like it's because it's the same shit. Like here's the thing that made me really mad. So you know, like when you wash clothes, you put them on a hanger to dry. So we in this house
or in the dryer.
So well, I have a lot of graphic tees that you don't dry them.
Yeah, I got you.
So like they'll be hanging in the doorway, right? Now, my room, I am constantly in and out of, from here to kitchen, here to living room, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Ryan's room, I'm constantly in and out of because it's now my office.
Yeah.
The bathroom, all of us are in and out of, right? The only room in this house that is not in and out of is my parents' room because they only go there to sleep, and that's it. They don't go there for any other reason. But they constantly put the clothes in every doorway that's not theirs. And I've said this so many times. I'm like, stop putting shit in my doorway when I'm constantly walking. Like there'll be days where like I'll try to go walk out and I can't because there's like a fucking wall of shirts. And I'm like, and I come out of my room after fucking using a machete to cut through my fucking shirts and shit. And I look to the right to my parents' room and there's like a hanger with a shirt. And I'm like, I get that they're mine.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they need to be on my fucking door. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're yours.
Yes, but like,
where are they going to go?
On their door. The door that doesn't get used.
Your shirt should go on their door?
Yes, because it doesn't get, the room doesn't get frequent traffic. So you put that in a spot where they're not going to constantly get walked into, as opposed to me, who's in and out, macheteing it up. I get that they're mine, but still.
I see both sides of this.
Yes, I understand their side, but it doesn't matter when you think about like productivity. You know,
they're not worried about you. It's your shit.
Yeah, but that's the annoying part. Because then here's the best part: I'll move it to their door, and it makes its way back to mine. They go out of their way and they put it back in my doorway, even though they're not in their room.
It's yours, though.
Yeah, but they're not in their room.
You might as well have like a hook in your room that you just hang it on.
I don't have room for that in the room. They have room for it because there's no one going in and out. You know what I mean?
You don't have room for a hook to hang your clothes on?
No. I don't got room for shit.
I'm looking. It's funny.
I have a child.
It's true. It's funny you saying this because the visual is just me looking in the background of mad shit hanging on your wall.
That's different. That's a wall. You can't hang things on a wall. You know?
You have a million things hanging on a wall.
No, like clothing items. You can't hang clothing items on a wall.
If you put out a long like hook or something.
You want me to get a fucking like a drying line that you see in like old prayer on the farmhouse prairie?
Wow.
What's it called? What's it called?
You just named the
Little
Nintendo
House on the Prairie.
You just named the Nintendo Switch Direct just now.
Yeah. I had a stroke and then I came out with a Nintendo Direct.
By Squaresoft.
Yeah. Yes, exactly that. But no, like, here's the thing. I objectively understand that it's my shit. But sometimes it won't be my shit and it's still hanging in my door.
Well, if it's not yours, then I'm all on your side.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's mine or if it's not mine. Because it's all about productivity and what areas get walked into a lot. Because if I'm constantly walking into these shirts, I didn't take a shower at the end of the day. I took one at the beginning of the day. So I got dirty hair. So I'm walking into this and I'm rubbing my dirt hair all in the clean laundry. Not a good look.
Why don't y'all just put hooks in the hallway?
That's a great idea. Not gonna happen. Nothing happens in this house.
You have to be
to be efficient.
You make it happen.
I do it and it doesn't stick because they're stuck in their ways. They're old. That's the way it works.
So if you were to put a hook in the hallway, what would they do? Rip it down?
They wouldn't allow it. They'd be like, no,
house.
This is where the fucking alphabets and the fucking farmhouse shit goes. And this is where we plant our farm and cut down our trees. My house is a fucking farm.
You should just take the jean curtains down and hang your clothes up in front of your window as the curtains. That way you're killing two birds with one stone.
What is the first bird that I'm killing? Taking down jean curtains? Why is that? Why is that a bird that needs to be killed?
Oh, no. The two birds is the drying of your shirts and the need for curtains after you take the jeans down.
But why am I taking the jeans down?
To hang your shirts. You're just using shirts instead of jeans.
Sounds like you have a problem with my jean curtains.
I didn't say anything was a problem. I just
sounds like you have a problem with my jean curtains.
You're just swapping one out. That's it. If you would like, hang the jeans in your doorway, and now you have jean curtains that go into your room.
The little things make me mad, to say the least.
God, we were even talking about this shit.
That's what we're talking about. But yes, that's a little thing that pisses me off because it's like it's efficient to put them in a room that is not frequent. You know, it's easier for everyone because then that means I can actually close the door when I'm using the bathroom now because there's not 30 hoodies on it. Like, you know,
there's hoodies on your bathroom doorway.
There's shirts and hoodies and anything that needs to be hanged on every single doorway, except for their own, which they don't go in and out of.
A clothesline.
We have one in the backyard, but I don't put my clothes outside because bugs.
Do you think bugs are going to make nests in your clothes?
I don't know. They could, in theory.
I think you'll be fine, yo.
I don't know what the bugs are doing. They could have a party on my shirt.
You sound paranoid. I think if you were
I just don't like bugs.
I'm not saying you like bugs. I'm saying if you were to hang your stuff outside, I don't think bugs would destroy your clothes.
I don't think they're going to destroy it. It's just I'm in the mind space of like, I put it outside, right? I put a shirt out there, right? Just put say it's a shirt or a hoodie. Hoodie's better. Hoodie, right? And I leave it out there for like 4 or 5 hours, right? And I'm like, should be dry by now. And I go and I bring it in, right? And I don't do the whole like shake it till it dies. Say like I don't do that.
Okay.
Though. Like say I don't buy it because just, got to get the hoodie in or like I got to go somewhere fast, need the hoodie, right? And then I go to reach in my pocket and there's a bee's nest.
I mean, I don't know how likely
quickly that they make their fucking hives.
I just don't know. I don't know how likely it is that they would make it in your hoodie.
Either that, it's so likely because they just land on it. And then if they start crawling, they go inside the hood because that's a hood spot.
All right,
and they can plant their eggs in there.
It's about
bug eggs.
I think
I have valid concerns.
I think the odds of that happening are very low.
They are low, but they are still odds.
I think the odds are better that they'd make it in a plant or a bush or a tree or something around your house before they would do it in your hoodie.
But the odds are still there. Similarly to the odds in the situation of the hangers being in my doorway, it is more likely for me to constantly walk into clothing while it's hanging in my door, as opposed to it being almost impossible for it to happen with a door that's not used throughout the day.
But once it's used, like, okay, I swear we're going to wrap this up.
This is the end. This is instead of the question section. This is what you get.
This is it. Please chime in the Discord, please, or however you want to chime in a comment. Just, we need to know.
Efficiency is what you need to be.
Yes, but it's not.
Even if it's my shit. Same thing goes with our fucking, we have a spice rack next to the oven cooking, Yeah. It's a rack next to it. I have 3 seasonings that I use now. Everything 3. Bagel. Everything bagel. Adobo. And then I use garlic salt powder. Like it's a mix of the two. They mix it together, right? The garlic salt one always stays on the shelf. And then I got my adobo and my everything bagel. And it always gets put away, even though I use it every day. It gets put in a closet across the kitchen.
Are you complaining? Who puts it away?
My mother.
And you're mad? Is it a spice closet? Is that where all the spices are?
No, it's not. It's just a closet of shit.
Is it
like a bunch of Tupperware? Though, right? Yes, but it's across the way. And every time I go to, because I'm at the oven right here, and then to the right is the spice thing, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Making my chicken or whatever the fuck I'm making. And then I'm like, cool, time to season. Reach over, not there. Then I got
all the rest of the seasonings.
Across.
All the rest of the seasonings are in there, though, right?
The only ones that stay are salt and pepper, and then brown sugar, cinnamon, because I guess.
Wait,
all the other ones get put away.
This is a spice thing, though, right?
Yes.
Thing.
Guess what else is on it?
What?
Medication.
Wait, what? All right, let's bring it back. What's in the closet across the kitchen? Tupperware
that is wrapped in plastic and not been used once.
Tupperware and your spices?
And like the 3 spices that I use that are constantly put away because no one else uses them because everyone else in this family has the caucasity to fuck with my shit.
I was about to say, if you can count the spices on one hand, this is the whitest home.
It is.
In the world.
I know. I have 3 that I've found that I'm like, these are good on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like garlic is good on everything. The adobo, I can mix with the garlic and that's its own flavor, or I could just have it by itself. Mm-hmm. Then I also got the garlic salt, which is whatever. And then everything bagel works on everything. I don't care who you are. If you put everything bagel seasoning on a piece of chicken, you're fucking.
Ladies. The lack of spice. Like, I know we made the joke of they don't season things in your home before.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spices in your home is alarming to me.
It should be, because there's not a lot.
There's like, we have a spice rack section where it's mad spices, and then we have a cabinet that's with all spices.
It looks like a Walmart fucking aisle.
Yes,
in your house. I've seen it.
And then under the island, Adrian has a little spinny thing that's just nothing but more spices.
Yeah, that's the correct way to live life. I don't experience that. I need my own place.
That's what I was getting to. Oh, this all sounds like you just need to leave.
It really does. It sounds like I'm being tortured, because I am. But yeah, little things like that piss me off. Like, why would you put it away if it's a spice rack? You know, like, it's a spice rack made for spices, yet you put your pills here, you know, next to the salt and pepper.
Pills are white people spices.
Can that be the podcast title?
I don't know.
I don't know if we'll get flagged. I think
that's kind of dangerous to put as a title. Yeah. We had a title. It was one word you said earlier, and I kept trying to keep it on my mind, and I forgot. Like Dorf or something, or Dorf.
No, Dorf is my old D&D character. It's whatever I called the lady. Ghost.
Was it Glorb?
Glorb. I think it might have been Glorb. I mean, you'll hear it back probably, maybe.
I was trying to make sure. Like, I think it was Glorb. I'm going with Glorb. Glorp with a P?
I don't know. I didn't do well at Wheel of Fortune.
We didn't do well at Family Feud the other day either.
We didn't.
What an ending to this. What the fuck is going on with you? What did you do? Stop it. Drugs are bad, children.
Fuck. It's weird because
right now that's your primary spice.
Spice in Star Wars is drugs. Fuck. That one hit really hard at the back of the throat. And it just feels like I have someone cast fireball on my throat.
Balls in your throat. Balls of fire.
End the episode, please.
That's it. We're not even going to give you a formal one. That's the whole show. We don't even need an extra end, like a post-credit scene for this one. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, save letter B number 4 quitting to the gang. What's up? Save before quitting, always spelled out.com. Save before quitting, always spelled out at gmail.com. If you want to send an email, please join our Discord as well. Link in the bio on IG and Twitter too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Instagram. So yeah. Don't be like Chris's parents. Get some spices in your house. Spice up your life. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life. People in the world, spice up your life. And
before you spice up your life, make sure you save
before
quitting.
Bye. That's it. That's the show. That's the whole show.
That one hit bad. I need some water.
Some water? How do you spell
I need
that?
some water.
WADDA?
Say water in New Jersey. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yo,
what are you talking about?
So, you know what? This is a post-credit scene that we...
It is.
It's a pre-Figure Friday situation. So I went to that toy festival thing on Saturday, and I found some stuff that's really cool. I'm going to show you it. This is the box over here. This is my favorite item.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking El Kabong, right?
Yes.
Kabong.
Quick Draw McGraw. The Great Kabong.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. There's also a Hong Kong Phooey in the series, and I want that really bad because Hong Kong Phooey was dope too. I found this. I got this for $25, which is really cool. It's like a statue. He even comes with Baby Louie, the sidekick burro.
Yeah.
Fuck, I dropped it.
And it's gone.
So I also got this guy, Big Daredevil.
Nice.
And then
That's
I also
classic.
got Big Spider-Man.
Nice.
Same box. And then the final thing that I got loose is Big Spidey 2099.
How much was that? Was loose?
So ready for this?
I am.
The El Kabong was at one person, and that was 25 flat. And then all of those and this combined were 27.
Oh, you made out.
I made out like a fucking bandit. So, yeah, this is really cool, though. I didn't know that they made this. And I was like, that's neat. And it has like shitty articulation, you know, from like back when we were kids.
Yeah,
like
super stiff articulation.
Yeah. Has a knee and it can rotate around a little bit. And that's it. Get wrecked. But yeah, that's pre-Figure Friday for you guys who stuck around for the post-credits scene.
Yeah,
see you on
said
Friday.
Didn't exist.
You're welcome, man. More editing.
No, that's fine. It's not bad. It's easy to do these.
True. All right. Well, goodbye.
Bye. Get out of here. Leave before Nintendo makes more farm games.
Cut down a tree.
If you dare.
Fuck the environment.